Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Twin Peaks, written by David Lynch and Mark Frost. Now I've been threatening to talk about this show on the channel for a long time. This iconic piece of mind-bending multimedia is spread across 3 TV series, 1 prequel movie and several books. In order to engage with the entire mystery, you have to consume all of these different pieces of media and discover your own interpretations of what really happened. Now, I'm not going to talk too much today about what Twin Peaks means. Maybe we'll do that in another video. There's already plenty of other videos that attempt to untangle the complicated web of plot lines, and that's not what this video is about today. Instead, I'm going to show you my collection of Twin Peaks related stuff. Let's start off with the Blu-rays of the show. First up, we have the Blu-ray entitled Twin Peaks: The Entire Mystery, which came out back in 2016, so before the release of The Return. So at the point where this came out, this was indeed The Entire Mystery. Now on this beautiful box set, you have the original 2 seasons, you have Fire Walk With Me, and you also get the missing pieces, which are deleted scenes that are well worth checking out if you want to understand the entire mystery of Twin Peaks. Now you also get on this DVD the Log Lady introductions, which were recorded by Catherine E. Coulson for the re-syndication of Twin Peaks back in 1993 on the Bravo network. Now I really recommend you check out the intros that are on these episodes because they really do help you understand the entire mystery far better. She tells you exactly what you should be looking out for in each episode. Now, as ever, she talks in cryptic riddles, but we expect nothing less from the Log Lady. So inside the box, you can see that the discs are black and blue. We've got the signature pattern from the Black Lodge, but with a blue tint, perhaps referencing the Blue Rose Task Force. As you can see, there's a bunch of discs inside here, which have all of the content that I mentioned at the start. So that is Blu-ray number 1. Let's move on to the Blu-ray of The Return. Alright, on to Blu-ray number 2. This is Twin Peaks: A Limited Series Event, The Return. Now, I love the design for this box. I think it's absolutely beautiful. You can see Cheryl Lee on the back there as Laura. As we know, Laura is the one. And on the front, we see Carl MacLachlan. Now look at the way this all comes together. So obviously you can see right here, you've got Dale inside the Black Lodge, you've got Mr. C right here, and then as you open it up, you can see Dougie Jones as well. Absolutely love the design of this box. So let me have a little look inside. So as you can see, the classic Black Lodge design, but done in red and black this time. And inside you can see all the episode titles and a listing of what's inside the Blu-ray box. And you can also see right here, if I just flip this around, I just realized it's upside down, flip this around, you can see that there is a special features disc here as well, which has a bunch of behind the scenes stuff and some interviews as well. Now, I have been such a huge fan of David Lynch's work for the longest time. My parents actually showed me the original Twin Peaks when I was a teenager, and then we had to hunt down season 2, and I also watched Fire Walk With Me when I was a teenager as well. And then when they announced The Return, I was so excited to see what was going to happen next to all of our beloved characters. Did we get the answers we were looking for? That is probably a video for another time. Right, what's next? Next up, I'm going to show you some of the books of Twin Peaks, which are essential reading if you want to understand everything that happened in the town of Twin Peaks. First up, we have The Diary of Laura Palmer, which was written by David Lynch's daughter, Jennifer Lynch. This is a fantastic read, really, really interesting. There's all sorts of great tidbits inside here, and there are also some missing pages as well. Let me see if I can find some of those. There should be some there somewhere. Because obviously, as we know, some pages of the diary were ripped out. There's got to be one in here somewhere. There's some poetry here. Here we go. There's some blank pages. As we know, there's still one page that we don't know what is on it. If you have been keeping count. Sometimes the count of pages is a little inconsistent as to how many pages were in The Secret Diary of Laura Palmer, but most people seem to agree that there's still one page that we don't know what was written on it. So maybe, if there's another TV series, maybe we'll find out what was on that final missing page. Another book that is well worth reading if you want to fully understand Twin Peaks is Twin Peaks: The Final Dossier, written by Twin Peaks co-creator Mark Frost. This is written by Tammy, who is one of the characters in The Return, as I'm sure you'll remember. It's written from her perspective, and it covers all the different characters in the show and their various fates. So some people would argue that this is kind of the very, very, very end of Twin Peaks, like even post The Return. But I think that it's just a good companion piece. It's essential reading, I would say, if you're a super fan and you really want to know exactly what happened to each and every single character. There is also a book that is documenting the history of the town of Twin Peaks as well, but I don't have that to hand, so I can't show that to you. But still, that is also well worth checking out and well worth reading. Both these books you can find on Amazon or wherever good books are sold. So if you want to check them out, then I recommend you go and pick them up. I would say read this one first and then read that one last. So that is the literature of Twin Peaks. Now it's time to talk about the music of Twin Peaks. Now, this show had an incredible soundtrack, both the original series, the movie Fire Walk With Me, and of course The Return. They all had great soundtracks. The score, of course, was composed by Angelo Badalamenti. Now, I'm a huge fan of his work in general. He's done some scores on some other great pieces of multimedia, but I'm going to show you how I have the Twin Peaks score, and that is like this on vinyl. I am a huge vinyl aficionado. As a DJ by profession, it's always good to have some of this stuff kicking around. So this particular vinyl, which is called Twin Peaks Limited Event Series Soundtrack, has the score, and as you can see, you have Laura inside there as well. So it has such classic tracks as Accidental Farewell theme, Laura Palmer's theme, the Twin Peaks theme, of course, the Threnody to the Victims of Hiroshima, which is the music that's played during the episode 8 nuclear bomb test. And let's have a look at the actual wax as well, because it is a thing of beauty. Right, I'll get this out for you. So you can see the Black Lodge design in the centre, and then the actual vinyl itself is this lovely green colour. I'm being careful to hold it carefully so that I don't damage it. As you can see, it's in pretty much mint condition. It doesn't get that much play on my turntable, but now and again I stick it on if I'm in the mood for Twin Peaks. So that is the first bit of Twin Peaks vinyl that I've got to show to you, but I have one more that I want to show to you that is even more beautiful. Alright, so the second vinyl that I have to show you is this, the Twin Peaks music from the limited event series. As you can see, the Bang Bang bar being reflected in a puddle there on the front, and on the back we see the stage of the Roadhouse. Now, this particular vinyl doesn't actually have every single song that was featured in the Roadhouse, which I think is a shame, but it does have some of the best tracks that are featured, including Eddie Vedder's song Out of Sand. There's also a Julie Cruz song in here as well, The World Spins, and we have the Rebecca Del Rio song No Stars, and Shadow by the Chromatics, which I think is one of the best pieces of music that's used in the whole show. Now, inside this vinyl is absolutely beautiful. Look at the gatefold here. You can see pictures of a bunch of the different acts there. There's a great picture of Trent Reznor there from Nine Inch Nails. I'm a huge Nine Inch Nails fan. When they turned up in the show, I was absolutely ecstatic. That is such a great moment. Again, from episode 8, of course. And you can see there as a picture of the Roadhouse as well. Now let's look at the wax itself. Again, I'm going to be very careful because I like to keep my vinyl in good condition. So you can see the Bang Bang Bar logo there again. And let's get this out so you can all have a look at it. As you can see, it's red Isn't that a thing of beauty? Absolutely love that. I think it looks fantastic. I can see the screen there reflected as well. Let me put this down very gently. So I think the music is a big part of Twin Peaks, and one of the reasons that it's had so much staying power in pop culture. Even people who have never seen the show will recognise things like Laura Palmer's theme, or Freshly Squeezed, or even Dance of the Dream Man. People recognise it as being David Lynch or Twin Peaks related music at the very least, even if they can't put the two and two together. It's such an amazing feat that they put that music together, and the soundtrack they put together for The Return is just absolutely stunning. And I really just love how much this show loves music, especially in The Return, where almost every episode, not every episode, but almost every episode seems to end with some music from the Roadhouse. It's a great excuse to showcase some awesome live performance. And of course, for those of you who are huge fans of the show, you will know that a lot of the lyrical content of the songs that are played in the Roadhouse can be directly related to the events of the show. Out of Sand by Eddie Vedder, for example, playing in the scene, or playing just before the scene where Audrey enters the bar. If you listen to the lyrics of Out of Sand, you will realise just how relevant they are to her situation. So, next up, let me show you some toys. Alright, it's time for toys. First up, I have this little Dale Cooper here, who has movable arms, which is awesome. As you can see, he's got a cup of coffee and his little FBI badge there on the side. This is just a little chibi thing that I found in Forbidden Planet one time, so I thought I'd pick it up. But I have the entire collection of Twin Peaks Funko Pops. I'm going to show you each and every single one. Right, first up, of course, Dale Cooper. Dale Cooper wearing his classic outfit, which he wears quite a lot in the show, but I always think of this outfit as being the outfit that he wears when he is throwing rocks at bottles in the woods with the rest of the Twin Peaks Sheriff's Department. And he's got a cup of coffee there. He's also giving a crisp thumbs up, which is excellent. Next up, I'm going to show you the Giant. Now, this is actually a little bit of a rare Funko Pop. They did a limited run of the Giant, and even weirdly, some copies of the Giant were actually boxed in a Leland Palmer box, I think, as well, which is really bizarre, particularly rare, but still, that is my version of the Giant there, and he is holding up one solitary finger there. The things I tell you will not be wrong. Next up, let's have a little look at Laura Palmer. Now, Laura is wrapped in plastic here. She actually comes on a stand so that she is freestanding, which is cool. Her feet just lock in there. You don't get many Funko Pops that have this kind of stand. I really, really love the design of this. As you can see, it looks just absolutely fantastic. The detailing is phenomenal, and there's even like some speckles on her face there from like water damage. And yeah, an iconic moment in cinema and in television captured here in Funko Pop form. Running out of space on the desk here to put the Funkos that I've already showed you. Right, next up, it's Leland Palmer. Leland Palmer in his possessed form there with white eyes. He's got the gloves on there, ready to kill Maggie Ferguson. This is the outfit that he wears during those moments in season 2. And I really, really love the design of this. Again, I think it's beautiful. He's got the white hair. Obviously, if you've never seen Twin Peaks and you've got this far in the video, then I just dropped a major spoiler, but Leland Palmer is indeed the killer. But there we go. I mean, if you've got this far in the video already, then you're probably already a huge super fan and you just want as much Twin Peaks content in your face as you possibly can. I, for one, know that when I finished watching The Return, that I watched Twin Peaks Explained and Corn Pone Flicks and a bunch of other people, Wow Lynch Wow, all these different people talking about Twin Peaks and about the world of Twin Peaks, and I can never get enough of it. I absolutely love it. Speaking of things that I absolutely love, here is the Funko Pop of Bob. Pretty much my favourite character in the show. Obviously, he is, pure evil and a terrible, terrible human being, creature, entity, whatever Bob is, the evil that men do. He's a terrible person, but compelling to watch nonetheless, and a fantastic performance, of course, from Frank Silver, late Frank Silver. It's such a shame that he couldn't be featured more in the return. I'm sure if he'd been alive, he would have wanted to get involved. Next up, I'm going to show you some more of the ladies of Twin Peaks. We have the log lady here in Funko Pop form. As you can see, she's holding her log. She's wearing those signature red glasses as well, and I think she looks fantastic. I actually once encountered a gender swap cosplay of the log lady at a convention one time, and they looked absolutely fantastic. They were carrying around a log, and they had the glasses and pretty much the exact sweater design and the skirt and the boots and everything. It was absolutely on point. I love a good cosplay. I myself have cosplayed as Bob before, and also as the Woodsman. Let's have a look at Audrey Horne, one of the fan favourite characters of the show. She's got a cigarette in her hand there. This is the outfit that she wears quite early on in the season when she's at school, I believe. I think that is the outfit that they're trying to capture with this particular pop. Again, the detailing is just fantastic. The skirt, the shoes, everything. It just all looks on point. In fact, yes, those are the shoes. Those are the black and white shoes that she wears in one particular scene, I seem to remember. So there we go. Very accurate stuff. Right, I have two more to show you, I believe. Yes, so these two are extra special, and I saw somebody else had these Funko Pops, a friend of mine, and I had to get them to complete my collection, because I thought the Funko Pops that I'd shown you were all the Twin Peaks Funko Pops that there were, but no, there was some special edition ones released at a Comic-Con at one time, and I managed to get my hands on them. So first up, we have Dale in the Black Lodge, pouring his coffee there. You can see it in motion, and he's got those white eyes to show that he is possessed, and he's just wearing the plain black suit. And then if we've got Dale in the Black Lodge, then we must also have Laura in the Black Lodge, doing the classic meanwhile hand pose there. I'm really glad that they did a Funko Pop representing this particular moment, because I think it's a classic one. Often when you see pictures of Cheryl Lee as Laura, it's this moment in the show, and it's nice to have her not wrapped in plastic, remembering that Laura Palmer was indeed a human being, and the human tragedy of her death is the anchor point for Twin Peaks, in my humble opinion. I really love these two together. I think they look absolutely sensational. I'm a huge fan of Funko, as anyone who has regularly watched this channel will know, and these really are the jewel in my collection, in my opinion, or at least these two are some of the best Funko Pops that I own, and I'm really, really happy that they are part of my collection. Now, there are still things that I have to show you, so stick with me. Now, as we previously established earlier on in this video, I'm a big fan of obsolete media, like vinyl. So with that in mind, please gaze in wonderment at what I have in my lap. I'm going to very gently pull out and show you. This is Twin Peaks on VHS. This is series 1 and 2 in its entirety on VHS. Now, I picked these up in a charity shop. As you can see, all of the different characters are represented there, all of the major characters, which is awesome. I picked these up in a charity shop for next to nothing. They were happy to get rid of them, because as far as they were concerned, they were really struggling to sell VHS, and I was more than happy to add them to my collection. Just put them down there so that I can show you the other two VHSs I bought that same day. I also bought this, which is Twin Peaks, the feature-length version of the first episode, when they decided to do a feature-length version of the first episode just in case the series didn't take off. This is super rare. And then also a VHS copy of Fire Walk With Me as well. I picked these up at the same time, and again, the people in the shop were more than happy to let me walk away with them for next to nothing. I was very pleased to add them to my incredible collection. Now, I have one more segment to share with you, and then we are done. Alright, final segment. Thank you so much for checking out this whole video. I really do appreciate it. I know it's been a little while since I've posted much stuff on the channel. I've had a few technical issues, which has made editing an absolute nightmare. So, the next thing I'm going to show you is this amazing Twin Peaks keychain from the Great Northern Hotel. I picked this up online, can't remember where. but you can get them pretty much everywhere. It says the Great Northern Hotel, Twin Peaks, Washington 315, which of course was Dale's room number. And it also says we guarantee postage, which, as we know from watching The Return, ends up being quite significant to the plot. On the back, it says a clean place, reasonably priced, which I think is a fantastic little detail. Now, I've got some more toys to show you. I know some people are very negative about Twin Peaks toys, and especially Twin Peaks Funko Pops. There's a portion of the community who are really against Twin Peaks Funko Pops for some strange reason, but you know, I think they're great, and so does Carl McLaughlin, who owns a bunch, so there we go. So these are also made by Funko, and it's a few of the key figures from the show. You can see Dale, Laura, Bob, and the Log Lady. These have stayed in their box, and I really like them. I think they're really nicely detailed. Funko have such an eye for detail when it comes to character. Now, the final thing I'm going to show you is something a bit special that I picked up on Etsy. It is a Twin Peaks Tarot deck. It's just the Major Arcana of 22 cards, but it was designed by Benjamin McKay, and it combines inspiration from the mystical world of Twin Peaks and the iconography of Pamela Coleman Smith's tarot illustrations. That's what it says on the back. So let me open them up and show them to you. I'm not going to show you all 22 because this has been an exhaustive video as it is, but these are really awesome and really nicely detailed. You can see the moon there. It's Dale Cooper smashing his head against the mirror. We have Harold Smith, the Hermit, which is very appropriate, I think. We have Bob as the Devil, and we've got all sorts of other characters represented as well in this deck. Now, you should be able to find more of these on Etsy if you just find Benjamin McKay on Etsy, if you want to pick some of these up for yourself. If you want to read your future, or indeed if you just think that they're a cool little extra bit of Twin Peaks merch, if, like me, you just cannot get enough Twin Peaks. Once again, thank you so much for checking out this video. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and comment below. And at some point on the channel, I will likely do more videos on Twin Peaks, perhaps discussing the themes and my own interpretation of what the show's all about. But we'll get there when we get there. I want to do something really special with that. So I will take some time over it and get it just right, like a good cup of coffee. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hey, thank you so much for checking out this video. I really appreciate it. Please do give it a like if you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment as well if you've got something you'd like to say. If you want to check out some more stuff from me, then there should be a playlist just above my head, and there's also a video link here to another video that you should check out that's from me. If you want to subscribe as well, as the subscribe orb just hovering above my head, give that a click for me. You'd really make my day. I will see you in the next video.